Make a Discord server that will change your life, that will help you put your life together, that will dissemble your life. Is that even possible? Well, we're gonna talk about it today. The quick backstory is that I've been struggling to organize my life for so long. To this day, I've used so many apps and websites and services to take notes and schedule stuff. I use Samsung Notes, which is synced to my tablet and synced to my phone, but I also have that synced to Microsoft OneNote, which I have synced to my sticky notes on Windows, which always gets desynced. I also been using Google Keep. I have my Samsung Calendar synced to my Google Calendar, and I have my Google Calendar synced to my Alexa so that I can be like, hey, Alexa, set a new event. This one is good though. This one I absolutely recommend. This one works. It's the best thing ever. But everything else I listed, they're great. They have their pros and cons, but there's one major issue with all of them. Maybe not so much with the sticky notes. And that issue is that I have to make a conscious effort to open them and then navigate through them, which if you struggle with attention like I do, is like setting yourself for failure. It's like saying, oh, I have this amazing gizmo that's gonna change my life. Let me lock it in a safe to keep it safe. It's most likely you're never gonna open that safe and get to it. Which brings us back to Discord. Why choose Discord? Well, I think this video is for people who already use Discord as much as I do. I'm on Discord every single day on all of my devices. I'm on Discord on my PC, I'm on Discord on my phone, I'm on Discord on my tablet. Discord is always open and I'm also always checking it. This is where I hang out with my friends. This is where my friends send me personal DMs. So that guarantees that safe that I was talking about, every single day, every 10 minutes, I'm going to check it. I'm gonna open it. So if that gizmo is in there, I'm gonna interact with it. Now, the big disclaimer here is that Discord is not a safe, encrypted place or to put personal information. If you're gonna make a productivity server, don't put like passwords and things like that in there. Don't put codes to like your bank account. Discord is not that safe. So please, please, please don't use it like that. For everything else, it's amazing. So I think a couple weeks ago, I made one for myself and we're basically gonna go through it and I'm gonna explain all the little features that make it such a good choice for organizing your life. Also, I'm gonna give you a similar template in the description so you don't have to go make it from scratch. But of course, this is personal to me, so it may not completely apply to you. And this is it. That's all it is. Those are categories, by the way. So let's go through them. First of all, Discord has an event system where you can create an event and it will remind you. It will send you a notification on your phone. So if there's any important things that you need to remember, you can set that up. You can also have reoccurring events, things like birthdays, regular appointments. What We Do in the Shadows Season 6 coming out on FX on October 21st. They're not paying me. They're like, this is actually an event that I put. But also, even though I have a channel called Reminders, you can use the events for reminders too. It's the best way to basically have your server tell you something on your phone, give you a notification. You're always checking your phone, right? You guys have phones, right? So here are the categories that I have for myself: list, media, games, content long. I'm a content creator, so this is like the activity that I practice. So I'm gonna have like 2 categories for it: content long, content short. And then I have a voice channel, but I don't really use that. It's a personal server. Unless I'm testing Discord activities, if they have new features or things like that. All right, so under list, what do we have? Reminders. Those are like tiny little things that I usually will check from time to time. An advantage with Discord is that it tells you exactly when you posted that reminder. So if you ever wondered like precisely down to the hour and to the minute, oh, when did I write this down? I don't remember writing this down. So I need to sign this petition. I still haven't done it. I really need to do it. I need to call water service, which I actually don't need to do anymore. Which brings us to something else that Discord does really well. And I have to move myself for this. And that is formatting and editing. The fact that I can go back here, and if you look up Discord Markdown on Google, you'll find this. So it tells us for a strike through, we just need 2 squiggles. I don't know what those are called. So I can go call water service, I can edit, and then I can squiggle, double squiggle here, double squiggle there, and it will give me a preview, and I press enter. Boom, that was done. All right, copy paste is like a general, hey, I want to send a link from my computer to my phone, for example. I can just hop on Discord, copy paste it in that server, open Discord on my phone, which is probably already open, and then boom, I have access to it. I know that there's other ways to send links in between stuff. I have my Chrome synced together, so it's like there's easier ways, but if you also do not want to lose that link, it's pretty cool. Here I put a bunch of screenshots from a GTA RP server that I've been playing on with some important information that I need to remember. Here we have things from Project Zomboid because I needed to remember the keys. I was modifying them so I could play the piano better. Here I have the Amazon affiliate link from a friend. Just quick stuff that you don't necessarily care about, but one day you'll scroll by and be like, oh, that thing. Then of course we have shopping lists, easy clap. Here's my friend's Amazon link again. Here we have loofah, fan, sheet, pedicure stuff, Chromecast. That's when I was in vacation in Paris earlier this year. So makes sense, makes sense. So even while traveling, I use this. Next one is called General To Do. And I haven't actually started doing this, but sometimes at night, I'm like, what do I have to do tomorrow? Like, what will I do tomorrow? And I come up with a bunch of tasks, and this is what I'm gonna use it for. I might actually use a bot that helps you like create multiple tasks, like add this task, and then at the end of the day, you can do like, oh, this one is done, this one I'm currently doing, and things like that. But the subject of bots, Discord bots for productivity, might be a whole separate video. So I'm not gonna go into it this video. I might hint at a couple of ones. Home improvement is basically projects that I have here in my apartment that I need to think about. Here we have like shelves, kitchen grout, bathroom shelves. All right, so that was lists. And now under media, we have music links. That is, if someone shares like songs with you, or if you find a link to a video, or if there's like a particular YouTube video that you don't want to lose or things like that. I know like you can save them on a YouTube playlist, but sometimes you don't have a playlist for that specific thing and you don't want to make one. It's like a one-off thing, or if it's a Spotify podcast or anything like that that you want to check out later. I have 2 channels for movies solo, just a reminder that, oh, I need to watch this at some point, right? Baby Reindeer, for example, I watched that, and now I can go ahead and edit that, double squiggle, boom, that's done. So those are movies or TV shows that I want to watch alone. And then movies, friends, those are things that might be more suitable for friends. Like Willy Wonderland, Happy Death Day 2, Nightmare Alley. I actually haven't seen Nightmare Alley. Oculus. Yeah, I watch a lot of horror movies. And then here I have friends content, which I haven't set up yet. That's something for another bot that is basically automatically going to send the content that my friends post on YouTube, or if they're live on Twitch. I just need to make sure I find the right bot. Again, I will be making a video. Well, it depends on how you guys receive this video. If you hate this video, I'm probably not gonna continue it. But if you love this video, then I'm gonna make a video on which bots you can use for productivity and things like that, and everything that I mentioned here basically. All right, so after media, we have games. So VR games, I play VR games, even though there's nothing in the channel right now, but just in case I find a link to a game that I want to check out later, or maybe there's a Kickstarter, like a game that's not out yet, or some pre-alpha. Again, a game is coming out that looks good, you can create an event to remind you, hey, this is when the game is coming out. And then finally, the single bot, the only bot that I have on the channel right now, which is a free stuff bot, and it's basically telling you which Epic games are free at the moment and which Steam games are free also. For example, right now, Power Wash Simulator is free to play for this weekend, and this bot let me know yesterday. Those games are on Epic Games and they're completely free and you can get them right now. And since the bot posts on this channel and I have notifications for the server, then I get notified every time the bot posts on my server, which is so awesome. So I have this channel called Solo, so that's solo games that I want to play. And then multiplayer games, I have nothing in those right now, but sometimes my friend will be like, oh, check out this game. Like they'll see it on TikTok and they'll be like, oh, we should play this together. So this is for that, multiplayer games that I want to play with people. And then right now I'm doing some GTA RP stuff on a server called GTA Hub. I think it's gtahub.gg. You can check it out. Use code UNAVT so you can get 10K when you create a new character. You have to enter the code while entering the character, so pay attention. But yeah, I started taking it a little more seriously, and here we have an instance where I'm creating threads. So that's something else that you can do with Discord, is that you can use Discord as some sort of like forum format where you can create threads. So I work in a transport company in the game, and I created this thread called transport, and inside of it I can put all relevant information that I want to remember. And when I click on it, it actually appears on the side like this. So here you see transport, and I have like all my screenshots. I also make sure I don't only put screenshots, but I also type out information, because if we go up here, Discord has a very powerful search function. For example, if I don't remember where I put a specific note, I can just click here and I can search from user. Well, you're the only user in here. But if you're like a couple, you and your significant other can can manage this Discord together and have everything that needs to be done or whatever. So yeah, you can search from user, from mention. So if you mention another user, any message that has a link or an embed or a file, you can search before a specific date. If you know what you're looking for is like before a certain year or something, during a specific date for a specific date, after a specific date, in a specific channel, and also if the message was pinned. Also, that's also something that you can do. You can pin messages. All right, let me de-zoom for this one. For example, let me go back to one of those. Let's say this one, I want to pin it. I would go to the little dots here and go pin message. Click, oh yeah, pin it. Nothing changed. It says at the bottom, get level, pin the message. But now, top right here, I have a little pin button where I can click and see whatever has been pinned. So if there's very, very important information that you want to have access at all times, you can just pin them. And that's another system that makes Discord great for that kind of stuff. Anyways, so in here, this is a normal text channel and it has like multiple threads, right? You can click on them to preview them so they appear on the side, but you can also see that they'll appear at the bottom of that text channel. And you can do a lot of things with threads: leave thread, close thread, lock thread, edit thread. After a certain time, it will like not appear at the bottom here if you haven't used it for a while, which basically declutters automatically. I think I'm a little new to the whole thread thing, but I think I've seen it act like that. But you can also archive it or close it and it will no longer appear here, but you can always see it as a message here when you started the thread. I'm going to show you how I use threads in another way, and that's going to be under my content tab or my content category. I'm a full-time content creator. This is the activity that I practice, so that's why I have this. If you practice something else, maybe you're gonna have different channels, right? So I have DIY because sometimes I work on DIY projects. Like I didn't have anything, and right before making this video, I started typing a couple of things that I'm like, oh, I need to do that. So PC lifted carriage, Elgato Stream Deck Pro mount, desk shelf with embeds. Those are things that I will want to work on later. Next one is stream. For now, I just have emote ideas. My channel lacks like a surprise emote. So I put a couple of emotes from other people's server as inspiration so that I can create one for myself. And then a little reminder here that I have a specific alert on my stream that I need to remove from StreamerBot. I run a podcast, so I have a channel for podcasts, but there's no notes in it right now. Resources. So that's like if I find a tutorial that I'm like, oh, I really want to use that. Or if someone tells me about like a specific service that they've been using, this is where I'm going to put it. This one is a Discord bot that someone told me about, for example. I believe this one allows you to create events and then also display things in everyone's time zones. You know, in Discord, you can be like, oh, it's at this time, but people are in different time zones. This service is so cool because like you can create some text directly in Discord that will just appear in everyone's time zone. Anyways, I said I wasn't going to talk about bots too much. Create it with Camel. Honestly, I don't remember. Oh, use phone as webcam. This is why it's important to always like type the text. And I think that's one of my viewers actually that sent that to me. So I immediately put it in my Discord. And then this is a Blender tutorial for doing like 3D stuff that looked like PS1 graphics. All right, this was kind of a secret, but I guess like I'm letting you into my life now. I have a VR channel. This is where I take notes for it. And this is mostly like ChatGPT stuff where I was doing my content strategy for the channel. So there's nothing that I really came up with here. Just an idea of what type of content that I want to post. It's called Gael Level VR if you want to check it out. I have a tech channel, which you should know about. I don't have any notes here, but basically this is where I would note my ideas for a specific video, like a title, right? I would list like all the titles that I want to do. And then I have a movie channel, which is called Gael Level Comments. And this is what I meant when I was talking about like how to use the threads. For example, here I listed the title of like the next video that I want to do. But then I can create a thread right underneath it right here. And this is where all of my notes for that specific video is going to be. Don't pause to read it. It's like in a very inappropriate episode of Dr. House or House MD. So I had a lot to say. You should check it out. That video did pretty well too. Then here I have main channel, which is the channel you're watching right now, where I have all the ideas for all the videos and stuff. And you can see I have some that are done. So they already have like the strike through thing. I have some of them with some threads where I needed to take more notes and not just completely improvise. But for this one, for example, I was doing like magic Pokemon cards. It's basically the card alert for OBS. So I needed to have like a couple ideas. My first idea was to use ChatGPT but embedded into StreamerBot so that every time someone triggers the alert, it would actually generate a different text, but I ended up not using it. Most of the ChatGPT stuff that I do, I end up like not using at all, which is why I rarely use ChatGPT in the first place. But yeah, you can see like this is probably the channel with the most notes. Anyways. Oh, and would you look at that? Personal Discord server setup. I also put that I need to find more bots, which I'm going to before I make that specific video on bots. Then we have content short, where I have just a couple notes here. Like I think I only have 2. I haven't been really focused on my short form content lately, but this is for my TikToks, maybe my YouTube shorts. I kind of stopped YouTube shorts, but maybe Instagram, for example. I have trends. This is like specific trends for short form content. I don't have any notes on it. Strategies, I have a bunch of strategies in my head, but I don't have any notes right now. Inspiration, same thing. If ever I see something that is so cool that I want to do something similar, then I will post the link directly here. And if I'm ever struggling to come up with ideas, I can just come back here and see all of the stuff. For now, there's nothing. And then I have a voice channel. I don't know. I think that was there by default, and that's why I have it. So yeah, the template that I'm gonna provide might be slightly different. It's not gonna have like the GTA part, for example, because that's like my thing. Oh yeah, if you hover over a text channel that has threads that are inactive, they'll show up like that, right? That's another thread that I have in here. I don't think I put anything in there. I put one message. Yeah, there we go. I only have one message in there. So technically the transport one is active. The security one has been 3 days ago and it's not showing under here. So yeah, overall, the fact that you put messages, they're automatically dated. You can create lists. The fact that you can use bots that do all sorts of wild things. I saw like a bot that was listed and it transcribes voice memos. So if the easiest thing for you is to record yourself saying something, the bot will type it. And then with the search feature, then you can just type whatever like keyword and it will find that memo at some point. Actually, let me show you a quick preview of what kind of bots are out there. So with a quick Google search of Discord productivity bots, message scheduler. If you don't want to use the event thing for like a specific message to remind you of something, you can just use that bot. Easily schedule one time and repeating messages and reminders if you don't want to go through your phone and set up alarms and all that. This basically replaces certain apps. I know people use apps to remind them to drink water, for example. Well, Discord will send you a notification at a specific time if you set it up. T-Study is the one that I was talking about, where you can create tasks. You can even time your task, I think. I haven't used it that in depth, but just the task system is so good. Although it does bug out a little bit and just you can't update your task after a while. There are bots for music if you want to listen to like music when you're working or whatever, or just want to have background music playing all time. Glue Stick will keep messages at the bottom of a channel. So I showed you the pin stuff. You have to go to the pins to see what is where. But when you put messages, they always go up like that, right? Here you can have a message that's always basically the latest message. So you really don't get your eyes off of it. That's a co-working bot right there. That's a specific bot that does the whole time zone thing. So everyone see time in their own time zone. This one actually gives utility to that voice channel that I told you about, because it tracks how much time you spend in voice channels. So if you are doing something, you can just hop on a voice channel and that starts a timer. And then you just leave the voice channel when you're done with the task, and then you'll know exactly how much time it took. You have a sale bot that finds incredible deals and discounts worldwide. Keep in mind, I haven't tested all of those. And if you're like scared that it's gonna ruin that one server, you can create a dummy server and test them. But I just wanna show you just how powerful a productivity Discord, a solo productivity, or, you know, maybe with a couple or something, or close friends and stuff like that. You can do so much under just one roof. And if you use Discord as much as I do, this is something that you're guaranteed to open every day. As you can see on mine, I keep it all the way at the top. So there's no way like I'm gonna forget about it or anything. I have other servers that I put in folders that I just never click on, but this one is all the way at the top and it will stay there. I'm actually thinking about changing the profile picture to something more bright, just so that it catches my eye every time I open Discord. Oh, look at that, there's even a Notion bot. Anyways, is Discord the best app to take notes and organize your life? Honestly, if it wasn't for the security issues, I would say yes, just because of the bot system and all of the included stuff. Because like, yes, you use Notion, but can Notion do that thing where you hop on a voice channel and it times you? I actually don't know. I tried using Notion and it was like too complicated for me. I gave up. It's the idea that you can build it and really customize it to your liking and really pick out, oh, I want this feature, instead of having all the features in your face all the time that you don't use, especially when bots will give your information, like the free games and things like those are things that I want to know. And I've barely scratched the surface. Now I'm gonna be real with you. I don't use it as often as I should, but in the sense of I'm not organizing things that I should be organizing yet. But I can tell you, everything that I do organize now, my first instinct is to do it in Discord. I don't think I've opened Google Keep or Google Keeps. I've definitely not opened OneNote since I started using Discord. I've barely touched Samsung Notes, and I completely gave up on sticky notes altogether. So understand, it's very subjective. This is very like me. I did this and it seemed to be working for me. Been doing it for a couple weeks, couple months now, and it's been great. So I wanted to share. So maybe it'll work for you, maybe it won't work for you, maybe it's appealing to you, maybe it's not appealing to you. I'm just glad I can share.